Yeah, so the reason why Chris and I play the same Worms game all the time, and we are looking at changing it up, is when you're playing, because we're not doing couch co-op, we're not in the same room. You can't see both. So, like a good example would be like when Kendall and I would play Call of Duty gun game, and we were doing those videos on Palm Buttons. We would we could play that because we were both on there. It was split screen, so I was capturing both of our points of view. With Worms, because it's turn based, you don't we can don't it's kind of like couch co-op, but it's not. Because it's turn-based, I can see each player's move. So it's just an easy fun game for us to play and just kind of like you and I just shoot the shit. It's just a fun game for us to shoot shit for a little while and I can capture both. Where if we were to do say Call of Duty and we did the gun game, it wouldn't be split screen. You would only see my perspective the whole time. So if he got like a good play or something on it, you would never like we'd probably get all excited about it, but you would never see the capture of his. So it was that's where it came to be the Worms game on Wednesday nights. But I am looking. That's kind of why I got the sports game. I was kind of hoping you'd get the sports game too, because I was like, even on this, we could be doing the sports game while talking.
I
Slap.
can get that. We got Evil Dead coming. We could do that hopefully.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. We don't even have to record that shit. That's happening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm buying that day one.
Oh yeah.
Since
It's definitely a day one game.
Yeah, I missed out on that Necronomicon pack that you got, but I would have it already. Well, not in possession, but I would have it purchased already, except for the fact that I missed out on that. There's no reason to. There will be copies at the store. I'm not
Oh
worried
yeah,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah,
Oh, that's
not
the only
like
reason I. Oh, look at that thing. Yeah.
not like my wee bottle of joy that I had to order ahead of time. But yeah, so that's
I wouldn't have pre-ordered it if it wasn't that huge pack.
yeah. I generally don't pre-order. Well, I don't normally get my games online. It's actually kind of rare I do that. It's just
No, I get them from the store always.
yeah, I'm the same way. So it's but once in a while I make an exception. Like I would have for the um, Evil Dead game. I did for the Wii Sports just because it came with a bottle. It's stupid, but it's neat. It who doesn't like getting that toy in the cereal box? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now they just put it in the side thing. You don't even have to eat the cereal.
Yeah. Now it's in the in between.
Yeah, between the box and the bag.
Yeah, that's so stupid. They started doing that even when I was younger. It was I hate that because it's I'm guessing they were worried it was a choking hazard or something. Any kid that
It was in
chokes
a
on a
bag.
chokes on a big giant piece of cellophane with a red or orange sticky octopus in it for clinging on the windows. I'm sorry. I've actually, if anyone's kid actually died this way, I do actually feel horrible about it. But there's natural selection. Darwin Awards exist for a reason.
If you didn't notice, your kid had a bag of toy in the cereal bowl. That's kind of on you too.
Yeah, it's well, I used to pour my own cereal. I mean, I've choked on. The funny thing is, I've had an E11 blaster in my throat, and I don't mean that in a sexy way. Um, I don't know what I was doing. I was just playing with Star Wars. I wasn't even that young. I mean, I was a kid, but you're screwing around with
Well,
stuff,
stop.
holding it in your
This was 3 weeks ago.
mouth. Yeah, I'm
You
a
had your
kid.
mission fleet out.
I'm a kid at heart. Damn it, Mission Fleet. You're darn right. Can never have too many Mandos. I
Did
only
you break down
own.
and buy them?
No, this is another one. This is
Oh, okay.
actually probably from when you were with me. Um, no, there's another Mando I gotta get. There's some dude I don't even know who he is, but I gotta get him. I don't know. I was at Target yesterday and I saw them and I was just like, I just can't. I can't do it. Like I'm torn. I'm 3 pieces away from a full freaking collection. And every time I fill the collection, I'm like, oh well, Star Wars is dead. They're not coming out with any more waves of this. And then they come out with another freaking wave. And uh
I don't know why they're always hanging around. I don't know how they sell.
no, not all. Some yes, some do, but there's some that are actually kind of hard to get.
Oh, okay.
Uh, um and the weird thing is it's not like I can't think of one off the top of my head that was hard for me to get, but it's not what you would like the troopers. So there's a couple different troopers, but the plain stormtroopers, those were actually not that easy to get. Chewbacca was easy, and then boom, disappeared one day. It was weird.
Well, it's not because they clearanced them.
So I forgot to take a picture. I was when we were there yesterday. They had a Doctor Strange Mouth of Madness or whatever it is. Um,
Martha
Strange
Madness.
Mouth of Madness. What I always do that. Sam Neill was it?
Yep.
Yeah. They it was on clearance. Uh,
Already?
yeah, and then they had
I know they cleared the Eternals finally because they had like 1,000 of those hanging around.
yes, that was clearanced, and then there was another one that was clearanced from like $25 down to $17, and I'm like, I wouldn't have paid 17 for that. What the hell?
No kidding.
It's a the prices are out of freaking hand for this stuff.
Oh, tell me about it. I want those Roger Rabbit retro figures. They're those reaction figures.
Oh, kind of like the aliens in the Army of Darkness I have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
18 bucks each for those. Get out of my face.
Yeah, for something this the 3 and a 3.75, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean I want them and everything, but come on, $5, maybe $6 tops.
And that's I'm trying to get new all my scratch papers full. That's where I'm trying to get that's kind of where I'm at with the mission fleet. Like I'm like if I knew it was going to be the last wave, I would obviously do it because
Yeah, but those have articulation and they have vehicles. The retro figures are just them in a bubble, and they're not even articulated. They they have the elbow joints and the leg joints, and I think the head.
yeah, they're like Star Wars. They're like the new
Yeah,
GI Joes.
yeah, they're retro. I get it.
I mean,
Then have a retro price on it.
yeah, yeah. They'll put you back in a retro mood, as in broke when you were a kid.
I mean, and then I saw the Chucky one. It's 18 bucks. The Chucky's even smaller, of course. And that's still $18.
It's kind of like the Yoda or the Jawas. They were still full price. Of course, back then full price was like $1.25.
Yeah, yeah, easy to swallow. And if you have the vinyl cape Jawa, you're sitting pretty in financially.
And my neighbors had it too. But back then,
You didn't keep on playing with it.
nobody knew that. You took it off because it was stupid. It was because the Jawas when you took it off, they were still molded like they had a cape or a cloak on.
Yeah,
So you just took that thing off. It was stupid.
I
It,
saw. It looks like they have like a really high collar. Like Obi-Wan looks like he's rocking out.
yeah, it looks like they just got done with Saturday Night Fever. It's horrible. I'm trying to think if I have anything here. Yeah, I got it's like so I have that Darth Vader from that one Empire Strikes Back kit that they must have found under Rocco's hiding place or something because it was old as hell. But it's got a nice fabric cape to it.
Oh yeah, see
Um,
those are nice.
yeah, it's actually a really good looking piece. It didn't come with the stands. I bought those separately, but no.
Yep, there it goes.
Oh my God, no. Sorry, folks. Technical problem. I might be gone for a couple hours. Oh
What'd you
my.
drop?
So the people listening, I
Oh, the
dropped
Legos.
I dropped a whole thing of Lego figures and I'm missing almost half of them. Oh, they landed on my desk. It's not the end of the world.
I don't know. That scream kind of made it seem like it was.
Well, one went under my desk and that freaked me out, but I actually got him. I think the one that went under my desk. This might be not the dude from Aftermath that died in the last prequel. That just kill him. J.J. Abrams' friend.
Oh, Greg something. Can't remember his
Yeah,
last name though.
and nobody can.
Grunberg.
Yes. Yeah, I got a bunch of. Most
He
of
has
them
all
are.
the random X-wingers.
Yeah. Well, actually, this might have been Greg. I can't remember anymore. They were all X-wingers. Actually, Luke's blonde hair I got from a. That didn't come with it. That's from a eBay grab bag.
Nope.
I got for like $2. And 10th anniversary.
Darth Vader. Yeah.
Yeah, because I put mine together.
Cool.
I put all my stuff together. I might have a few things there in the box, but for the most part, we put everything together. I don't look back at what it's worth afterwards.
Okay, what's I just like the boxes.
I still have the box somewhere. I actually started tossing boxes though. Some boxes. I mean, it depends what it is. I got to turn Grogu for anyone who is watching because it's technically still May.
It's Revenge of the Fifth today.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that last time, and we couldn't remember if it was fifth or sixth. To be honest with you, sixth sounds better. Revenge of the Sixth.
Fifth. Yeah, no sixth, but I think it's fifth.
No, it is fifth. I'm just curious to see what'll happen tomorrow because people will still do it, and I'm fine with it. I don't
Return of the
care.
Sixth.
Oh yeah, yeah. What is it today? Revenge of the Sixth, fifth.
Revenge of the Fifth. Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow could be Revenge of the Sixth, Return of the Sixth, Return to. I don't know. Now I'm confused. I'm going down a rabbit hole I shouldn't have gone down.
I thought I saw smoke coming out your ears. That's
Well, that's still a little frazzle from all my stuff
dropping your
falling
Legos.
off. Oh, but by that stuff falling, I found my Ghostbusters dude that goes with my Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I got so much stuff. I got things like, and this is one of the reasons why I kind of stopped purchasing. Also, is I got things stacked behind things, and I'm like, I need to come up with something better. So back there, by Boba Fett's helmet, and for people listening, I'm pointing because we actually have more listeners than we do viewers by considerable amount, actually.
But then we need more sight gags and prop stuff.
That's why I put it on. Hey, you never know. I work. I'm here for everyone. But yeah, it's. I want to do like shelving back there and crap. Once I do that, maybe I'll start collecting some more. I have too much crap. I've gotten to the point where I don't feel like I'm enjoying it anymore. It's almost like a nuisance at this point, where I'm just like,
See, I wasn't that way until I whittled it down and I was very specific about what I'm buying. Now I enjoy the hunt again.
yeah, I'm not even there anymore. Because for me, it was little Lego figures. Like I don't need the whole set, but sometimes I get the set. Like it's around here somewhere. The Millennium Falcon, the $9 or the $10
Mhm.
set that came with the Han, that was okay for me to buy for the Han figure, because it came with the other Legos too. And we did build the Millennium Falcon. Actually, did we even open the box? Now that I think about it, maybe we didn't. But those I like Lego figures because they don't take up a lot of room, and you can snap them to a block and they can do their thing. And then Master System games, but I've held off because I bought a duplicate not too long ago, and I got pissed that I did. It wasn't an expensive one. I didn't have my app up to date, so I got to
Mhm.
redo all that, and then Mission Fleet, which actually I've been kind of holding off on that too. I actually thought about it because I was at Midwest Gaming Classic last weekend, just for Sunday because I had to go down and get Kendall. So we stopped there, and I got thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I could open one of these booths. I'm walking around the tables and I'm like, I own that. I own that. I own that. I'm like, this might be the best way to get top dollar for what I want.
You still got to undercut somebody so they buy it from you and not the other table.
Well, that's not a problem. The prices were ridiculous
They're
this
gouging.
time. Yeah, it was bad. I would just do normal eBay value. So I probably
How
would
do
have.
you? I mean, how do you quantify eBay value? Because it's kind of like a bid.
Well, you can search for your item, and then on the left hand side, if you go towards the bottom, and maybe they've moved it, but that's where it's usually at.
I haven't
There's
done eBay in a long time.
yeah, I haven't either. That's why I'm not exactly sure if it's still there, but I do know it. I mean, I know it's still there. I just don't know if it's in the same spot. But there's a already sold feature, and you can click there and see what bids actually went for.
Oh,
Yeah, games are easy. There's sites for that.
yeah.
For going, and they're always evolving, like changing prices. It's almost like a stock market in a weird way. It's a live feed and stuff. Greg from Game Trade, I just got done listening to his podcast, and he kind of talked about it a little bit about how they were gouging, and he was bartering with one guy. He said there was stuff out, like there's one game or something. It was like around $700, $800 or something, and they were asking $1,500 for it. And he said it was really, really bad. He
At
was,
the Midwest Gaming Classic.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, well,
yeah,
you got to give it a shot, right? If somebody pays it, hey.
yeah. So I disagreed with him. Actually, I really like Greg and I trust his opinion, but I did disagree with him on it a little bit. I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, it comes up to the person who has the wallet to say yes or no. And if the guy ends up sitting on it, yeah, that's his fault.
Yeah.
There was a game that he wanted though that he didn't have. That he talked about how he actually ended up going back and talking to the guy. And he ended up getting the price he wanted. Well, I shouldn't say that. He got the top price he was willing to pay, that he didn't want to, but he was willing to go there. And he did end up getting that eventually. But he even said that was kind of a little over. And actually, even in that remark, I kind of disagreed with him because he said he was looking for it for a while, and it should have went for about $450. I think with the book in pristine condition, and he said the box was in pristine condition, but was missing the book. But he had one back at a store, and he got it for $550 over. And he said the book is, I think he said something about $80 to $100 in itself.
What game was
So
this?
I can't remember, some kind of, sounded like some game that would have been pink. Uh, but but he said he's looking for it for a while, and my theory on it is, well, if you want it bad enough, it's only overpriced if you're not willing to pay, if you don't want it that bad. But if you're willing to buy it, it's technically not overpriced. It's just the right price. Now, part of why I say that, though, is because I have bought stuff that later I've regretted, and I have to convince myself that it's okay. But I think we've all done that. God damn, my nose is running.
Better catch it.
Yeah, let it go. I got a bit nose.
Oh boy, here we go. Deplatform.
Well, I think I'm allowed to say that.
You think so?
I put my time in at the synagogue.
Oh, that's right. Nobody cares about Jews anyway.
Yes.
You can rip on them all you freaking want, just like Italians.
They ripped on me when I used to go. I remember getting yelled at because I would never put my yarmulke on, and I was disobedient all the time.
You know, dark-haired kids like you, and I mean, can you even see the damn thing?
Mine was my yarmulke was. Some kids actually had some pretty nice decorative ones. Mine was just like a rayon satin.
Black
So
piece
no,
of stuff silk on your head.
pretty much. So yeah, you really couldn't see mine, unless you were close though. But we were checked. Like even when we were between services and Hebrew studies and stuff, when we would be there still, we'd be running around up and down the stairs and stuff because part of it was held in the basement, and they'd check on us. If you didn't have it on, even between then, we got
How'd you
yelled
keep it
at.
on?
You know, I don't know how that thing it stayed on. I don't know.
Static electricity? I mean, is it just
Probably. It's funny you say that because there was these big brass candle things that when no one was around, we'd sneak into the service area and rub your feet on the carpet and touch the thing, and we could get giant arcs off it. And our hats would stand. Hats, yeah.
hacks?
It's the I don't know. Mine always stayed on. I never had a problem with that. But
Did that start for some reason, or then just somebody covering up their bald spot one day, and somebody's like, "Hey, we should wear those"?
I was pretty young. I never asked that question.
Because I mean, it's just in that spot where it's like some rabbi at some point in history. Oh, I don't want anybody to see my bald spot. So he tore like a piece of curtain off and just put it on there. No one will tell.
Hey,
And then it just kind of stuck.
40 years in the desert, you got to cover up somehow.
I was gonna say, yeah, you don't want to burn that spot.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, some people had bobby pins to hold it on.
I always thought there was something that had to be.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't from an
Holding it.
Orthodox family, but I know that like there was Orthodox families there that they kept the yarmulke on all the time. Once I got out the door, I mean, I was a little kid. Once I got out the door, that crap came off. My suit jacket came off. Crap, people are
Oh,
lucky
you
I
had the
wasn't.
full 9, huh?
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
There was no slob in it. No, it was yeah, no. By the time I got out the door, you're lucky I wasn't naked running down the street. It was yeah, yeah. I wasn't. I actually got confirmed Catholic Methodist when I was 14, and I still say that. Well, I know why the reason was. It was out of convenience because we lived across the street from the church.
Just take him over there, dunk him.
Yeah, talk about confusing the piss out of a child. Have him go to synagogue till he's about like 10, and then have him go to Methodist church after that. And like, what is this New Testament you speak of? The sequel sucks.
Wait a second. Why is there a second part of the Bible? What is this back here?
Yeah, I didn't read
Table
the
of
first one.
contents?
Yeah.
Jesus, this guy sounds pretty cool. Who is he?
Yeah. He was a union carpenter. You never saw him build anything.
I mean, they glossed over that part.
Yeah, I need a drum roll button here. It, you know,
Drum
I'm not.
roll or a rim shot?
Where are we going with this?
not a rim job, a rim
Oh,
shot.
oh, sorry, I misunderstood. We must have had a laggy connection.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Sad part is I don't edit these things anymore. I just put them up. It, you know, I'm gonna write
There's no
that
need to
down.
edit. This stuff's all gold.
That's true.
Why
Rim
don't you cut it?
job. Oh, wait, no,
Slash
shot.
shot.
Slash
There
shot.
we
Yep.
go.
I
Well,
was writing.
I know where
I
your
was.
head is.
I was writing. I was writing the slash as you said slash. It. So our last one, which actually posted. So it's weird because today is May 5th, but no one will hear this probably till May 10th or something. Because we have another one posting tomorrow morning at 8.
Did the May the 4th one go up?
That went up on May 4th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the So if it was on Spotify, Rumble, YouTube, and Anchor, they all went up at 8. I think some of the other ones they bleed out later because
Mm.
Anchor automatically delivers it to like Google Cast, iTunes, things like that. I don't know how long that takes, but because they do it for me, I don't mess with it.
Thankfully, nobody else was talking about Star Wars yesterday.
Yeah, thank God. It's it's I wish I would have cut the beginning of that one off a little bit though, because we're always just rambling, but I really was rambling about like the font I was showing it stuff because I was proud of making that thing
It was
that
good.
that nobody else is gonna see.
Well, that's all right.
So people listening are probably like, did he hit record by accident? What the hell's happening here?
Hey, sometimes it's good to see behind the curtain.
That's true. So anyone listening or watching, you get everything because I don't edit it anymore. I'm lazy. We actually probably could go live. The only saving grace with doing it this way is if we ever say anything really bad that even we look back and go, ooh, that might have been a bit touchy. I don't
Does
have
that
to
happen?
post it. Early on it did. I used to
Okay.
edit these really heavily. Well, I used to edit out all the swears. Now I just try not to swear, which I fail at every time.
Sometimes you just have to.
True. And I say a lot. So I used to edit out all the ums and we'd have silent spots. I'd edit those out. There's usually a little hiss. I'll have to see how this one is. I think the hiss was because of the microphone I was using last time. Because yours sounds good. Well, you have a good voice. I have a whiny, nasally, punch him in the face voice. It
Maybe not the face.
yeah. Let's keep it to maybe like a chest area or
We'll punch him in
something.
the chest once. Really good square like
Yeah.
that. Oh, hey. Comes up to me drunk as a skunk in line for hot dog. Hey, you got my back? Yeah, sure. What's going on? That guy over there punched me. What guy? Punched me right in the chest. I said, I don't see a guy. I see a truck rearview mirror.
In all
Yeah,
fairness, the guy
him.
looked just like me.
Dude
I'm the,
runs
I'm
into a
the
rearview mirror in the truck.
I'm the least violent guy on the face of the earth. I don't think I've ever punched anyone in my life. It maybe once as a kid. I don't think I've ever been in a fight otherwise. Well, let me rephrase that. I've never punched anybody. Been in a fight, just I wasn't a winner in it.
Yeah, rarely there is.
Yeah, that's true. I'm too scrawny. I can't. This is all. None of this is muscle. It's just all winterizing.
Yes. I have a six pack underneath this keg.
Yeah, which is underneath a couple cases of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you gotta have enough.
that's true. You never want to run out. That's why I wear flannels. It hides a lot.
Oh, that's where I got my Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's not quite warm enough here yet.
Have you seen next week? 80s baby. Well, at least down here.
I think yeah, we're supposed to be warm too. Yeah, I don't live that much further north of you.
Enough.
You make it sound like it's a frozen tundra or something like that.
Don't they call it that up there?
Yeah,
Don't even bother arguing that one. That was
yeah,
not going to work for you.
I actually said that on purpose. It frozen tundra. I gotta write that down now. You know, funny thing is, I write this down, and then about halfway through of us talking, I forget about half of writing it down, and then I go to do all the meta tags, and I'm like, oh crap! So I just start making
Well,
stuff up.
we're going to have our, since you brought Frozen Tundra, Green Bay Packers, we're going to have our draft coverage right now. There was an NFL draft recently,
I
and
avoided it.
that has been our NFL draft coverage, everybody.
Yeah, they got someone,
Yeah, they picked somebody, and then somebody picked somebody else, and it went like that for a while.
and we still have a team that hasn't won anything in a long time, and somehow amazingly stays under the cap, even though we pay some of the highest salaries there is in the NFL.
And their tickets go up every year.
Yeah, I remember the first year I went with you. It was like I want to say $46, and then
Yeah.
and now it's what around 200.
Gets closing in on that, yeah.
That's ridiculous. And the funny thing is, without glasses now, I can't see the field anymore. It's it's cheaper to have a big screen in your living room nowadays. I mean, the price of TVs have gone down so much. I'm not freezing my ass off. I'm not sitting by anyone who smells like cheese. Well, that's not true. Angie and I eat a lot of cheese, but
I
it's a lot
miss
more comfortable.
I miss the trip. I miss the Saturday night party before the game. I miss the tailgating. I don't miss the game.
Yeah, but now that I live up here, you can come up and we can go to the bars. I have some new places to take you to too. Also, that's thanks to Greg from Game Trade. While I was listening to his podcast, he leaned off some game stores I didn't know about.
Oh, sweet.
And then there's a bar downtown. I think I told you about that has just tons of video games in it.
Yeah. And there's that Star Wars one you were at, right?
Yes, we're
With that
going
Darth
there.
Maul, I'm gonna suck out the window.
Stuck out the window.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak it out the window. That Darth Maul.
Oh,
That's right by that
sneak it
window.
out the window.
Yeah.
I don't know if that window opens up, but there is an exit
Well,
door right there.
hey, one way or another, every window opens.
Well, that is very, very true. Yes, they had the Anakin also.
Yeah, I don't see if you didn't have the pod racing helmet on, I'd maybe snag it.
See, that's the only reason I do like him
Oh,
because
does
otherwise
helmet come
he's,
off?
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
I saw them at Wizard World one year because Ross got his picture with it.
Yeah. Was that the one they saw Darth Maul in the shipping crate?
It might
Like
have been because
he had never been displayed. Yeah.
he had like Terminator. He had all sorts
Yeah,
of
he had
things.
lots of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird though. It was just a roped off section. Like there was no backdrop or anything. He just had ET there and stuff. But it was still cool seeing all of it. It now they don't call it Wizard World anymore though. It's called
Fan Expo.
yeah. I
They
don't
got
like that.
bought out. Thank
I don't,
God.
I don't like that name as much, but
I don't care. I'm still gonna call it Wizard World.
I am too. But I am glad that it got bought out. It I don't know. It evolved over the years and not in a good way.
It sunk really fast, and that was heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, it didn't help the owner embezzled all that money and disappeared.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's gonna ruin it.
Yeah, that was a hard thing to come back from, and I think they were a little arrogant too. I would watch on YouTube some of the fan expo. So I didn't know that they flew people in, so there'd be fan expo. There'd be Wizard World people on the plane with the celebrities and stuff,
Yeah.
and they're talking. And I mean, it's obviously cool to see a celebrity. I'll admit that I like getting the autograph stuff like that, but I try to maintain a belief also that a a multi-millionaire drug addict is not a better person than me. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I try to always remember that. But it was still cool seeing it. And then all of a sudden I saw him on the plane, and the arrogance was so bad. I
On the
was
Wizard
like,
World people?
everyone on the plane, the celebrities and the Wizard World people.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, oh my God, you posted this? I mean, I'm sure we probably come off arrogant too, but we're nobody. We can get away with that. We're under the radar. It was, I don't know, it was bad. It was a setback for me. It
Well, Wizard World, the death knell of it was that year they had that oh, what they call it, that social media con that was there the same weekend with the screaming girls over the. It was like there were social media influencers that were there, and it was that little
oh,
separate thing that was upstairs, and
it was
the giggly teenage girls came out of there, and I didn't experience this myself, but apparently they were assholes to all the cosplayers and everybody at the Comic Con.
I we were there I think that year.
Yeah, I remember I was upstairs in line for a photo, and I just heard all that screaming. It's like, is there a fire? They're like, no, it's that stupid teeny bopper con over there. I was like, oh, great.
It was, in my opinion, it was better when the coin show was there. It was condensed down. It wasn't the pictures weren't and stuff weren't separated. I liked
when
it
Wizard
when
took over the entire thing.
yeah, it was too spread out. I liked it when you could be buying an action figure here, turn around and see Angie Everhart signing autographs over there.
Yeah.
It was I mean, it never hurts to see her signing anything anywhere, but it was like I liked the fact that there was all the swag crap. It was stuff that was throwaway stuff, but there was the swag stuff, the
Well,
Green
that ended
Lantern
when
rings.
That
Wh-
ended when the comic company stopped going to those things.
Yeah, when that was for me, that was kind of starting to be the downfall because
Well,
when
that didn't
Marvel
help
and
him any.
DC bailed, that's when they started separating things too because they did it opposite of the coin show.
Yeah.
And that was when it was awesome. You'd walk in, see the big Hulk, and then there would be like
I
even
forget.
wrestlers. I like seeing the wrestlers there. Even it wasn't for everybody, but that was the neat thing. There was something for everybody.
Oh, they still had wrestlers.
Yeah, not the same. When you have John Cena and CM Punk, and the line goes around the building outside.
Oh, so sorry
That's
that Virgil doesn't pull him in.
hey, that's exactly what I'm talking about, though. That was cool as crap. We were walking up the elevators at our hotel, and Virgil walked by. Like
Oh, we
Midwest
rode a.
Gaming Classic, I saw Ted DiBiase. He was standing right in front of me for the breakfast line, and I talked to him a bit. It was awesome.
Remember, we rode the elevator at the hotel with Xander from Buffy.
Xander. See, I don't know
Nicholas,
them as
Nicholas
well as you
Brendan.
do.
Yeah.
I know Master Sin or whatever. If you
Yeah.
showed
Sorry.
me Xander, I would remember.
Yeah. No, we were in.
Did
He was in our hotel. We rode the elevator with him.
Was he the geekier one with the
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, okay, I remember him. Yeah, it was just cooler back then. It was the dude from Ash and versus Evil Dead, Pedro or Paco.
Yeah. Yeah.
He I don't know his real name, and that's not a slight on him. He's awesome in the TV series. I loved him. But it was just weird seeing him sitting by himself in the hotel eating a salad as we're going down the escalator. And you know what? And here's where I didn't have the balls to say anything, and I should have because, once again, they're no better than I am. But we all kind of do that. We get starstruck a little bit. Um, and I keep telling myself I shouldn't do that because, one, he's never going to see me again. Two, I'm never going to see him again. And three, he might, you never know. He might go, you know what? You're just ugly enough where I have a role for you. It,
Oh, sure. Okay, we can get you into the season 3, and we won't need any makeup.
yeah. I mean, you're ready to go now.
We could film you
Um,
today.
you're a little dirtier than our normal zombies, so if you could just wash the day before, it'd be cool. But uh,
I never want to be that dude that's like, oh, they're trying to eat. Hey, I like your stuff. I never
it,
want to be that guy.
exactly, and that's how I feel. Which the funny thing is if I was him, I'd find it hugely flattering.
I would too, and some of them might, but you never know if it's that one guy.
See him, I think I should have said something to because he was still new enough where maybe it
Yeah,
doesn't
wasn't
happen
well
as
known.
often. Yeah, like I wouldn't do it today now, but especially with the video game coming out because his character's in it.
Yeah,
Um, well, you probably don't know who Ben Heck is. Maybe you do. He's a YouTuber that he's older. He's like one of the first people to start like taking consoles and making them portable. Like
mm,
years ago, he made a portable Atari and stuff like that. And he's kind of a funny guy. He's out of Madison. And when we went on Sunday, we ran into Dave Biggs or whatever his name is, Metal Jesus Rocks, and Ben Heck. But Ben Heck's, I didn't talk to any of them except for Ben Heck. He was coming down the escalator. I kind of actually walked a little slower as I went past him because he was talking to someone else. Because I could kind of hear his conversation was ending. You could hear the tone, like I didn't know what they were saying. But so I just wanted to say, hey, I like your videos. I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I knew his last name's not actually Heck; it's Heckendorn. So I said, "Hey, Mr. Heckendorn, I like your movies." And he goes, "Oh, or your videos." He goes, "Oh, thanks. My name's not Heckendorn." I'm like, "Fuck me! I thought it was. It was Heckenthorn." But he was nice about it. He was like, "You are correct, though. It's not Ben Heck. It's Ben Heckenthorn." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry about that." And he was just like, "Yeah, well, no, that's all right." And he said something else, and I didn't catch it actually, but I wasn't about to start making him repeat himself to me because I'm hard of hearing. And then we separated off, no big deal. He went one way, I went the other way. But I felt good about it afterwards because one, I tried. I tried to say the
you
right
put your
name.
foot square in your face.
Well, I could have said Mr. Heck, but I made an attempt to say his correct last name. He didn't get pissy about me saying it wrong. He respected the fact that I gave it a shot and I actually knew that he wasn't just Ben Heck, and he was cool about it, and it moved on. And
Yeah,
because like for me, he's one of my kind of like celebrity heroes because I like electronics and stuff like that. So for me, he's I don't know. I still watch his videos. He's funny to this day to me. Yeah,
well, yeah. I just,
Ben Heck.
I'm not gonna be that dude that interrupts their day.
Well, he was walking.
Sure.
He was on the
Well,
escalator.
how many have I actually literally run into?
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith, Michael Bean, Nicholas Brendan that one time. So yeah, I mean, and Kevin Smith was odd because he had like 10 handlers around him. My fat ass still got through him.
They didn't know what they were doing. But
Well, I didn't
that's
either. I turn around and bang, face to face. Oh hey,
see that was early on though. That was back in the day when DC and Marvel were there.
yeah.
The wrestlers were out
Oh,
with
back in the day
everybody.
when Kevin Smith would walk the floor.
Yeah, all of them walked the floor back then.
Yeah,
It was I remember Lou Ferrigno just walking through and
but he basically lived there because he
well
was there every year,
that's
the
true.
entire weekend.
They just opened the cupboard and said, "Come on, Lou, time to get out."
Ooh, it's August. Let's go. Oh yeah.
Actually, he was one of the guys on the plane. Now that we say that, I
I've
remember
heard
that
things.
now.
I've heard different things about him.
I have too. I've heard nice things and I've heard not so nice things.
I mean, like
Sadly.
anybody though, they have a bad day or whatever. And some people expect the world out of these people too.
Well, that's true. But you know what? When I'm paying a frick ton of money and I'm wasting my time waiting in line, I expect Ray Park to show his ass.
Well, that yeah, that was a different scenario.
I mean, they were checking in constantly and kept telling us while we sat in line for 2 hours. On the last day, we could have been driving home or
Yeah,
doing something else. They're telling us, "Oh yeah, just running behind." You know what? Fess up and just go. Sorry, guys, he's not going to make it.
I don't know if you ever did because we left after what, 2 hours of standing there.
No,
2 hours after.
he never made it. He
Oh, okay.
I looked it up later when we got home, and there was other people bitching about it that actually waited in the line longer. Even
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. Yeah, apparently he left. He left town, like literally left. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Wow. You get paid for a weekend and you leave a day early.
Which sucks too because obviously he was an awesome Darth Maul. He was one of the highlights of that movie, and actually, his scenes are some of the highlights of all the Star Wars movies. I'm not going to say it's the highest point, but it's one of the highlights.
Hmm.
And I don't know how much you watched in Heroes. I know it kind of went south for you after the second or third season, but I liked his character in Heroes. It was he was good. I liked him, but that left a sour spot in my mouth because once again, he's not better than me. Well, he is in many aspects, but
He's a stunt man. He should be damn lucky anybody knows his name. Most stuntmen toil in anonymity their entire careers.
if it wasn't actually, yeah, if it wasn't for Star Wars, a lot of people wouldn't know who the hell he was.
And that's how he got towed in X-Men and the Headless Horseman, Sleepy Hollow. Well, you're not gonna know who the hell he is because you never saw his face.
Yep.
So that
Yeah.
could be anybody.
In fact, he even does the Darth Maul dual lightsaber pose in X Men
Yeah, and
as
Toad. Yeah,
Toad.
when he kicks that pole up in here.
Yep. Which I'll admit, it was a nice geek moment. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, that's pretty cool. But that I'll admit that one chapped me. Another one was John Morrison, the wrestler, and I wanted to get Ross an autographed shirt, and he still has it. And I went and paid for the shirt from his handler. John Morrison was too busy to be paying attention to the people who were in line trying to get his autograph. He turns around and goes, "Where'd you get this shirt?" I'm like, "I just bought it from her." And he stops everything, which didn't matter. He wasn't doing anything, and calls me out in front of everyone in line, going, "Did he pay for this?" I'm like, "Holy shit, dude! A little bit of subtlety
Wow.
would be nice here. I mean, way to make me. I mean, it's not like your shirt was that cheap to begin with, and and then it's a dark shirt, and they signed it with black marker, which a shirt is hard to sign with anything else. But he should have been using like a red sharp. It was like one of those like grayish blue
Yeah.
tint.
So
He
it
should
still
have been
kind of
using
blends
a
in.
yeah, he should have been using a red Sharpie because a red does a good job of standing out more. And I remember just being kind of it wasn't even good. Like he didn't put any pressure on it. You can't see like Ross has never washed it. It's folded up in his room. If it was to be washed, it'd be gone.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, you were. And sadly, he is actually one of my favorite wrestlers. He's one of the more talented when it comes to because he did all that parkour shit and stuff. And he played Casey Jones in one of Bat and the Sun's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle things and did a great job. But and he did Winter Soldier and one of their things, and once again did a great job. He's very athletic and stuff. But that chapped my freaking ass. A little decorum. That's all I would ask for. It wasn't like I was being rude either. I'm giving him money to do his job.
Compare that with the Evil Dead cast that we stood and talked with for how long?
Oh my god, I didn't think I was gonna get away. Oh yeah, because that's when I cut my finger almost off, and it was all
Yeah.
bandaged up, and I got a finger, and they had the finger. In my Necronomicon that's fully signed from them is around here somewhere. They were super awesome. Even Bruce Campbell was awesome. And
Well,
how
you
many
could stand
times
there.
have we
Yeah.
seen him?
Yeah. 3.
Yeah, and we got that lucky year where he signed 2 things.
Yeah. He wasn't supposed to, but he still did. Yep.
Yeah, that was a mistake on his behalf. He had to be so sore after
I
that.
bet.
Ross got lucky on that. That year we went and he got Alexa Bliss's autograph. She was personally signing to people, and about I'd say 50 people in, they made that announcement saying she will not be doing personal
I know.
autographs
I was
anymore.
right behind him.
Oh, did you get one too?
Yeah, I got personalized. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
It
remember
was,
because as we left, they're like, "Yeah, we're not doing any more personal ones." I'm like, "Whoo, pays to be first."
and the funny thing is, so that one, I could see that chapping someone's ass, and at the same time, now that one I can kind of get because you're signing so much. What if you signed somebody's thing and you fucked up the name because you were doing so many with names? And 'cause
Yeah.
remember that time we got Robert Rodriguez and that guy was in front of us and he had like 50 effing things. And
Oh,
we're
of
just
course.
sitting there
Yes.
going, are you freaking kidding me?
Yep.
Because we waited. That was a VIP day. We got in early. We got in line and he was late.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, I don't like when people are late, but I can forgive being late. I'm not bitching like Ray Park being late type of things where
I
he
think he
doesn't
was
show.
late because he was doing an interview or something.
I think he had a reason for it, yeah. And their schedules are tight. Things happen. That's fine.
Especially, I think he was only there one day, so it's like really packed in.
Yeah. Luckily, we were up far enough once that douchebag got out of there.
I hate guys. Jeffrey Dean Morgan had that too. There was a buddy, and he's signing comic books, and he's like, "I have nothing to do with these."
Yeah. So that one I'm kind of mixed on. Because Bruce Campbell's made comment about that in one of his books also, where,
I mean, he signed it still, but it's like,
yeah, I can get that. I was a little nervous having him sign the Farewell to Arms. No, that's not the one I did. Oh, Hero Ash, the one that was never
yeah,
released. And he impressed me. He was actually like, "Oh, I never seen this one," which it's basically a prototype. So, I mean, well, it's not a prototype; it's a finished production, but it was never released.
there was many of them.
It was so that was kind of cool. He knew his product.
Yeah.
Um, I
Well, that
would
happened to
have.
me and Nathan Fillion when I got him to sign that Firefly action figure.
Oh, you got his signature?
Don't you remember that year? Jesus Christ! Remember he ran into you, he like snuck up on you when you
Well,
were standing in the aisle.
I remember that because that's when he turned and goes, "Look, it's Jeremy Renner."
Yeah.
It's which he wasn't lying. No, it was Jeremy Renner right there. But that was the year I think though I went and got some autographs for you. You had too much of a tight
Yeah,
time
that was one
frame.
of the. Oh my God.
Yeah, you went
That X
overkill that
Files
year.
year. Well, yeah, that X Files year that was rough because of Back to the Future too, and
Oh, that's right.
it was Michonne from Walking Dead. That year was packed for me. I was at the end of that Saturday. I was dead.
You never got Lincoln's autograph though, did you?
He never came. He never came up this far.
And he probably doesn't do anything outside of London anymore. Well, he's filming over here though for his
He was in
whatever
Atlanta.
movie.
Damn it! He was in Atlanta when they were filming the end of The Walking Dead. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm pumped for this. Well, wait. What did we just get done watching? Was that 1 of 3 or 2 of 3?
That
That
was
was
two of
2 of
three.
3. So I'm
The last
pretty.
group's coming out in like October.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That and Angie and I are going to start Fear of the Walking Dead over because it's been so long.
Oh God, if that first season is just so abysmal.
We might skip that one because that's actually why I stopped watching. And then, like everyone says, they're like, "Oh, you got to push through it. It's better." And they were right. The only thing is when it was hard to find on a streaming service when we were watching it, but now that we have AMC Plus, we can see all of them.
No.
Because we canceled cable, but when we did that, we made the agreement we would keep HBO Max and we would keep or we would get AMC Plus, and then Hulu. We're on a free trial with Hulu right now, so I mean there was no like the Disney package. There was something with our
Yeah.
cell phone. There was no point in getting rid of that because we're not paying for it. But
Yet.
well, I'll probably keep it. I watched the last, so there were 6 series of Moon Knights, and 1 through 4. I wanted to break my television. Literally 50 freaking minutes of snore fest for 45 seconds to 2 minutes of, oh my God, that's pretty freaking cool. and then, oh, you ended it. Oh, okay. I'll wait another week to go through it again. But so I've been doing the treadmill lately and trying to not be so sore all the time. Turns out the treadmill makes you sore. Um, but I paid for it, so I use it. So my treadmill faces my TV, and I just put on stuff and watch whatever. And the fifth episode, I had to turn off, and I had to go sit down and watch it on a regular TV because I had to pay attention. The fifth episode was actually really, really good, and I was pissed off about it because I'm like, you know what? You just wasted my time for 3 to 3.5 hours on the first four episodes to finally get your writing ass out and make a decent freaking episode. And then Kendall was behind, and she's home right now. So I'm like, "Did you get done with them?" And today she said yes. So I said, "All right, I'm gonna watch the last one then." And then she came and watched it with me, and that one was pretty good too. And then I got thinking about it, I'm like, so for me, I think a lot of things could be a TV series and be okay. I don't think it has to be a full fledged movie. Moon Knight, they should have just edited the shit out of it, brought it down to 2.5 hours, and made it a goddamn movie, and it would have been fine. Because they don't talk about Thanos. They don't really talk about any of the other Avengers or anything. It's kind of its own movie, and I like that. I like that
Well,
you
they said
don't
that's
have.
the only reason that they did it. Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke.
Oh, because it didn't have to be tied into anything.
Yeah.
And it's perfect that way. It that was a good choice because I don't want things. I mean, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get force feed this crap, but I want more stuff that's not. It's kind of like Eternals. I know Eternals is shoehorned in. Like you worded it best when you said shoehorned in. But if you don't think of it that way and just watch it, they do make a Thanos comment in it. But other than that, that's pretty much it. It's its own movie, and I think that's why I enjoyed it more than most people.
Speaking of this, did you see the I think Reddit has it. It's like a Mad Libs, maybe Twitter. It's like a Mad Libs thing. They said you need to watch blank in order to understand Doctor Strange 2. And everybody would tweet in what the blank was. Somebody was like, you have to watch the third episode of the fourth incantation of Doctor Who's third Christmas special. And people just went nuts with it. It's like and then the last one that they had on the article was some guys like, you have to read the entire Bible. I said, well, that's what Marvel movies are now. They're homework. I mean,
Yep.
there's no, it's not even a fun thing anymore. So
I'm surprised somebody didn't say you had to watch the Mandalorian 16.5 episode, which was a fan made film.
I think someone put Star Wars in it, but there was a lot of, you have to watch the five, not all the Lokis, but like three of them, and like all of WandaVision, and Stand on Your Head while it's raining or some shit.
Yeah. The director's cut deleted scene that has not been released yet. The Snyder cut of New Hope.
Well, one guy apparently saw it already.
And
Whatever.
is he already fucking saying shit or is he being quiet?
Well, I mean, I was just spoiler. It's not. He's like,
No,
the
I'm
cameos,
seeing it Tuesday.
the cameos weren't what I wanted, so that's why you went to see this goddamn thing.
Oh, see, that's
Is that the filmmaker's problem, or is that your goddamn problem?
the only time I get excited about a cameo is Bruce Campbell.
That's all I want to know about it. I'm not
Yep.
going to see it. I don't care about it, but let me know where Bruce is.
Oh my God, yeah, he'll be in it. I didn't say that because of Sam Raimi. I just
Oh,
said it.
yeah, no.
I just said it in general. But oh my God, yeah, he'll be in it.
And Ted better be in it too.
Oh God, yeah. I still like my rape picture with Ted, where it looks like he's taking me from behind.
Well, you had to like hunch over for some reason. And
Because I'm short and I'm taller than Ted. It's not that I'm taller. It's just that I was tall enough where I was blocking him a bit, so I felt like giving him some ass.
Well, and then he puts his hand on your shoulder and makes that face like he's thrusting.
He's got a deviant look to him when he's doing that.
Well, why not? It makes the picture funny.
I think my Bruce Campbell years at Wizard World are my favorite, especially when we would go do the movie. Like we got to see Don't Breathe.
Oh yeah.
I know Ross really liked that one too because he really enjoyed
good.
that movie.
I remember when there was one scene, and I was like, he was next to me, I think, and all I saw was him like hit the ceiling because he like
and
jumped out of
Don't
his
Breathe.
seat.
Yeah, he really liked that movie. When it came out on Blu-ray, we bought it, and he watched it like a couple times.
Yeah.
That's when I knew he was all right, and I didn't have to bring him back to where I got him from. It's Angie, come here.
We saw that Halloween movie there too during his festival.
Oh, Trick or Treat. Yeah, with I was gonna say Bosworth, not Bosworth. He played the devil. The remember the kid had the head on. I don't want to say it because that's one of those movies some people haven't seen. If you haven't seen
No, it
Trick
was
or Treat
Tales
with
of
Sam
not
in it,
yeah, Trick or Treat with Sam. Yeah.
that's the one we saw that there, didn't we?
No, we saw Tales of Halloween.
You're right. You're
We
right.
watched Trick or Treat in the hotel,
Yeah, yeah. And Tales of
but
Halloween was kind of like that, where it all
it
connected.
was an anthology. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But anyone who hasn't seen Trick or Treat with Sam, my God, what a well
Yeah,
done
that's
movie!
I know it's fantastic.
It is. I mean, to this day, even though it's been out for years, that's one I would never try to spoil. Especially the one with the Bosworth guy. I can't think of his name. He plays the devil guy though, with the kid, and they go and do all the damage and stuff.
I don't know what the bloody hell you're talking
What's
about.
his name? He played a dumbass guy in the Michael J. Fox when Heather Locklear sitcom. I think.
I don't think you're thinking of the same movie.
I'm not.
What the hell?
I don't know. What do I know?
Suddenly Heather Locklear's involved. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my God. Trick or treat.
What's Trick or Treat?
Is that what it is? Trick or treat?
Trick or Treat is that hard rock horror movie with that band, like metal band.
I'm not familiar with that one. All right, so it's
It
trick
was in the
R
80s.
as in letter R or A R
Yes,
E?
like Toys R Us. Trick or Treat.
Ah, gotcha. All right, here we go. So trick or treat. Hey, I got no glasses on still, so this is awesome. Um, Brian Cox is in it. Good man.
Yep.
Guy's in everything. Um, it was trick or treat had Sam in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dang, why can't? Maybe I'm just smoking crack. What was the other movie we saw that I'm confusing it with the other anthology we were just talking about?
Tales of Halloween.
Tales of Halloween. I have to say it that way in order to spell it. Oh, it is Boswick. Barry
Barry Bostwick
Bostwick. Yeah.
from Spin City.
Spin City. Thank you. Wasn't that the one with Michael J. Fox and Heather
Yeah,
Locklear?
he started in there and then it became Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. All right. So I
Yeah.
wasn't completely smoking crack.
Well, here I'm thinking you're talking to Trick or Treat. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, they're similar movies. I get them confused. But Bostwick was there. He introduced it
Yeah,
when
he
we
was there.
watched it.
Yep, yeah, he
Yeah.
was there. Then he signed
Yeah.
autographs.
Yeah. And
He was
Bruce
there for
Campbell was
Rocky
there and stuff.
Horror, but yeah, he was there because he's in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's so one of the guys at Game Trade who worked there, Dom, which you'd recognize when you saw him. We've ran into him. He stayed in the hotel with us where Pedro was at one time.
Hmm.
And and Lou Ferrigno. We saw him walking through the hotel because, he
Well,
lives
we
there.
stayed in the hotel with the. Remember we ate dinner next to Mitch Pileggi?
Yeah, yeah. And I remember, oh no, Sean Young was at the Gibson bar or
Yeah,
Gibson's restaurant.
yeah,
And Billy Corgan was there too.
yeah. Remember they walked past while we were crammed in that corner at the table?
Yeah, that part sucked. The where was I going now? Oh yeah, so uh Dom was telling me I was in the game trade, and he always asks me if I'm going to Wizard World, and he's and I asked him, I go, have you gone lately? And he said no, but he's going to there's a hotel. So if you're walking out of the Rosemont, and we've stayed at the DoubleTree, which is kind of kitty corner, and we've
Hmm.
stayed at the Hilton straight ahead.
In
But
the
if you go
embassy.
down to the left more by the mall more, there's like a Crown Plaza or something.
Yeah,
That one they do a horror convention in that every
yeah. It's
year.
in August. Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to that every year.
Flashback.
It is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Flashback weekend.
yeah, he says Bruce Campbell's at that one a lot.
Oh yeah, he's there. This year so far, all they've announced is England, Freddy Krueger.
God, I should get his autograph one of these days because I mean, I hope not to jinx him, but he is getting older.
I have a nice glove that he could sign, but if they get some Scream people and some Chucky people, I'm going to that.
Oh, that'd be well. Let me know ahead of time if you do.
Oh, like you
The
do when you come down here?
Yeah, but when I come down, it's always like I don't even know ahead of time. I've spent more time in frickin' Milwaukee now that I don't live there, and I hate that town. It's
Well, this isn't in Milwaukee. This is in Rosemont.
that's true. So the mall right across the street from the Crown Plaza, if you go around the corner,
Yeah.
they just had a shooting the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yep. Chicago's
Shouldn't
bleeding out.
shouldn't have raised their prices that high.
Yeah. Inflation. It's a weird mall too, because we walked over to it and it's raining, of course. And Ross, Kendall, Angie, and I walked over to it, and there's no good way for pedestrians. I think like there's out of the 3 intersections you got to cross, only 2 have lights,
Mm,
or maybe I'm not remembering it right, but it's just not good. And then when you get to the side of the mall, it's a heck of a walk to get in there. Still, like it's just not very pedestrian friendly.
sure.
And then we got in the mall, and it's a good sized mall. It's not a bad mall. I like all malls really, but I don't know. Galena, Gurney, Illinois is probably my favorite mall I've been at. And it's funny because people who know I've been to the Mall of America are like, well, what about that one? But I lived over there, and to be honest with you, that mall sucks ass. All it is just multiple floors of the same damn stores over and over again.
That's what I heard about it too. Is like, there's like 5 champs in there. I'm like, wait, it's
Yeah,
all the same shit. They're like, oh yeah. So what's
yeah.
the point?
Every floor has a Five Below. I'm like, all right.
Is there different stuff in here than is the one down?
Um, well, I mean, everything's Five Below, so even if it is different,
Well, I know, but like I see these toy hunters and they go to Five Below and they find these gold mines. I'm like, I go to the Five Belows. I'm like, there's nothing here.
so I went to the in Gurney. I went to the Five Below there, and I saw these Lego things, and I'm like, oh, these are kind of cool. They're all Cobra in GI Joe,
Yeah.
and I'm like, these are actually pretty neat. They're not Lego branded, but they're Lego style. And I'm like, oh, these are actually kind of neat. But I'm like, I'm in that mood where I'm just like, I don't need any more shit in my house. But I always get tempted by Lego type stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. And even walking out, I'm like, that Cobra soldier would have been really cool sitting on my peg warmer, collecting dust. And we got to another store that sold them, and Five Below was considerably cheaper than the other store. And they had just tons of them.
Yeah, I've never find anything good there.
That was a rarity, but I don't go to them very often. It's which one are you going to though? Are you going down around Milwaukee?
Why would I go that fucking way? There's one down the street from me.
I consider that around Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, but
It's all a cesspool.
okay, I'm not anywhere close to it, but all right,
You're not that far.
far enough.
I don't know. I could get to your house from Milwaukee to. Oh God, what? I think I made it there in less than 40 minutes before. I guess
Let
that
you
is a
driving like a
pretty long.
maniac.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
40 minutes.
yeah.
I think we're getting it. I think there's like 4 or 5 Belows near me. I don't like any of them.
Really, you got that
There's
many?
nothing in. There's nothing.
I don't have any up here.
I think they put another one in. Oh, it's a Ross. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. I got a Ross. I don't need to go to those. And we actually do have the store Ross also.
Never been in one, but here it's a dump.
Isn't that the Dress for Less place?
Yeah.
The one up here's okay. I think that's a demographic thing also, though. Not demographic, geographic? Location?
Geographic.
Yeah,
Yep.
that'd be geographic, yeah. Damn leprechauns.
Got them everywhere.
Yeah, it's, what are we looking at here? Man, it's almost like I know. You know what? We're going to stop this one and then continue for the next episode. I got to mark that off. All right, so here we go. And to anyone who's still listening, talktroopers.com, Rumble, and most of the podcast places. Stop.